Whatever.
My audio, I think it's good. Yep. All right. Here we
Hopefully, yeah, here we are. I've been having some very, very slow internet today, so hopefully that doesn't screw with us.
How many more days are you in your current place? When do you get to go to your new place?
So technically it's already ours. We already started moving stuff slowly. Sunday will be the big move day, where we'll just finish everything and then maybe come back Monday and Tuesday to clean or something. But
Are you
Sunday will
excited?
be our first night.
You probably
I'm sorry?
can't wait. You probably can't wait to
Oh,
go.
yeah.
I would
Yeah.
just want to be there right now.
Yeah, it would be nice to be done with everything. We didn't think we were going to be able to close for another 3 days. So all the people we lined up to help us, and I reserved a U-Haul, is for Sunday. So we were just slowly doing things. We're hardly even, we've got stuff packed, but we still have so much more to do.
Just busy trying to juggle life responsibilities and also moving into the new house.
Yeah, and, hopefully work is understanding with me, taking on some weird hours. My hours are definitely going to be sporadic this week, so I still have projects to do, but I got to get moved.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I deal with so many people that are moving and have super sweet houses, and they're like selling their super sweet houses to buy brand new construction houses. And it seems like they just like live in on top of a cloud, like in a different world than me. It's like
Yeah.
they don't have to worry about, taking time off or whatever. It's just everything seems their whole life seems to operate in this kind of slow motion, like, oh, what? It's like, what do you do for work?
Well, I feel like it's kind of like with social media or something where you see people on the outside and they're like, man, they seem like they have a perfect life, and then all of a sudden you find out, oh shit, those people are getting divorced, or
They're fucking
this person
pedophiles
cheated
or
on this.
something.
Yeah, yeah. They're in the
Yeah.
Jared Fogle ring.
Well, yeah, of course, their lives may not be perfect, but still, I just see a lot of people that have a lot of money and seem to not have to work so much, and it's like annoying.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Like, I run from place to place to place to place, just like what you're dealing. Like, if I bought a house, I would be like, what the hell? When am I going to move my shit over there? I have to do all my work and stuff.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly. But I told
but
him today, I was like, I think I'm just going to be working from home. Like, I worked from home all last week because the kids were here. So I'm going to work from home. I went in today and then I said I'm going to work from home for this week, as I, start to manage our move, but I'll make sure I get my work done and all that good stuff.
nice. Yeah. So, okay, two things. I guess first, I want to start out. I wanted to tell you about that drone situation.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that was ridiculous.
Why don't you spell it out for everybody?
Well, I was at one of those super duper nice houses that was overlooking like a beautiful. It was on a hill, and then down the hill there was a stream with ducks, and you could see the mountains, and it was so pretty. And I was asked to do drone, so I was flying my drone. Now, preface this by saying, last time I flew my drone, I was interrupted, and I was told by someone who did not book on my schedule, but rather messaged me to book. And so I was to put it in my system. And with this particular one, I didn't get it in my system because that's why I have the booking system, right?
Yeah, it's not what you're
I
used
don't,
to.
I mean, just like what we're talking about, I'm so busy running from place to place. I don't have time to do things like that. It's just the nature of like my job. So anyways, last time I was flying my drone, someone calls me and says, "Hey, remember we have our appointment today at 1?" And I'm way far, like an hour and a half away out in no man's land, and realizing now I have to hustle back an hour and a half the other direction to make it to an appointment. So I hastily am trying to fly my drone, and because of the distraction, I fucking bring it down on top of some trees and I'm watching on the screen as it, and I said, no, fuck, fuck, and I was like scream because I was in the middle of the woods. There's no one around, and I'm just and I don't know if I'm gonna find it because the snow's. I got off. I started walking on a snow machine trail looking for it. Instantly, up to my hips in snow, and I'm wearing tennis shoes, and I'm like, it could be close. It could be 100 feet off in the woods and I'm like, what am I going to do? I guess I'm going to hoof it. I guess I'm going to freeze my fucking toes off and go find this thing, but I can't even hear it. I don't know where it could possibly be. I find something in my drone menu. It's got like a beeping thing. It's got like a distress
Oh yeah,
signal.
like a Find My Drone thing.
Yeah, so I did the distress signal and I heard beep, beep, beep. And luckily it wasn't too far away and I get it back. Anyways, the wing is broken.
How'd you get up in the tree to get it?
It fell out of it hit the top of the tree
okay.
and it spun and fell and it was like embedded in a hole in the snow.
Oof.
But I look it over and I didn't see too much damage at first, so I like was able to calm myself down. But then I realized, no, the wing's fucked. It's fucked. So I took the wing off, and hopefully I can. Hopefully this is not trash. I literally just bought this for
right, because you were having issues with another one.
$1,300, and literally flown it like a handful of times, and because I was distracted, it fucking took a dive. So anyways, today I'm flying my backup drone, the other one that doesn't actually fly super well, the reason I bought this one. And I see a brand new Mercedes parked at the T where I'm parked, and he's just sitting there. And I'm like, I know why you're there. You're literally like 10 feet away from me. You're watching me, as people often do, because they're suspicious. And maybe there's reason for that. But for me, the polite thing, the nice thing to do would be to just get out, get your questions fucking fielded, get your shit out there. I'll tell you, and then move on. But I feel like it's slightly aggressive to just sit there watching. It feels hostile. So I'm trying to fly, knowing this guy's sitting here watching me the whole time, just getting irked about it. My drone disconnects from the controller while I'm flying.
Oh no.
And it's just up there and it's just disconnected. And I'm like, fucking again? I restarted the controller. It reconnected. I finished what I was doing. I brought it down. I walked back to my car. As we discussed earlier, I assume I'm being filmed, recorded as I walk back to my car. I'm assuming he's gathering evidence of me getting in a vehicle that he got the license plates for so he can say, this is who it is. And as soon as I open the door, I hear his window roll down and like my rage just boils over. And I don't even really remember what I said because I was so mad.
You were already mad about other stuff.
I was mad about. It was mad, but it was a growing frustration with the fact that he was just sitting there, and I know as soon as I get back to my car what he's gonna do, and it's exactly what he did. So as soon as he did it, and I was like, and I freaked out, and luckily he could see how pissed I was, and he started backing off like almost instantly. Instead of like really pushing it. Like he did push it a little bit, but I feel like the way I acted, which was like, are you fucking serious right now, was enough to make him be like, okay, I know you're obviously this is not how like a home invader would act, which was kind of my goal. And I also am taking it a little bit personally because I have two vehicles. I have a really nice one and a really shitty one. And when I drive the really nice one, no one bothers me about flying the drone. And when I drive the shitty one, people assume I'm a crackhead, and that pisses me off because I don't like to be treated like a crackhead. So anyways,
you know what you should get? You should maybe invest in some sort of signage or some jackets that say something. But if you can literally get a magnet that you can go.
Dumb.
I know.
My mom has that. She has a badge that says certified. But here's my thing. I don't like to answer questions to anyone. I don't like anyone coming up to me and demanding information from me, like poking my chest and be like, hey, I demand you tell me. It's like, I'm sorry. Do I have to? You know, that's my approach right off the bat is like, don't fucking ask me questions. I don't know who you are. In fact,
the funny
why
thing
are
is,
you talking to me?
If he was recording you and then he went and posted it somewhere, and then somebody recognizes you or you go on and say something, it's like, hey, I'm a real estate photographer. I was hired by these clients to do this, and everyone's gonna be like, "Oh yeah, this guy's a total douchebag for blasting you on here for doing your job."
Yeah, but it happens all the time, people. And look, I get it. Like I said with him, like after he verbalized, he did it politely. He was like, I wasn't being passive aggressive. I just didn't want to interrupt you. He's like, like skateboarders, like when they're skateboarding, like, did you ever skateboard? He's trying to be my friend. Did you ever skateboard? Like, security, you want security running up while you're trying to do your shit or whatever? Like, I was waiting until you were done, trying to be polite. I'm like, okay. And I understand why this is a dead end road and why you're sensitive with drones flying over the properties. I get that as well. And I said, I'm sorry I exploded on you. And he was like, it's totally okay. Like I get it. Like, you know, have a nice day. And I was like, but I was so fired up. Like I was shaking and like the words weren't quite coming out right, you know?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like when he had the audacity after his first thing, and I immediately was like trying to shut it down, and he's like, well, "Why didn't you park in their driveway then?" And I was like, "Cause I didn't want to be in the fucking picture."
Shot. Yeah.
And I was like, "Duh!" Like what? And then he was like, "Okay, like sorry." Like, and I was looking in his car because he had a dog, and it looked at first like a pit bull, and I was trying to assess like what was the threat level, and I was shaking, and I think he could see that I was like I was going into that Terminator where you're like, if this escalates, like, what are my immediate threats? And the dog
Oh yeah.
wasn't a pit bull. It was like some French bulldog thing, which would have
Oh
been
sure,
way
yeah.
easier to handle. But I was looking at everything, and I'm sure he saw like I was getting like, you know, way too escalated.
Flustered. That's
Yeah.
funny.
But yeah, that was my big thing. So then I went to the gym with all that because the
Oh
testosterone was
yeah,
like
yeah. Nice.
elevated. I was like, I need to go use
Smart.
this to hit
Utilize it.
higher lifts. Yeah.
It's
Woo!
so funny. I got I got fired up at my mom the other night because
Hey, your
I'm like,
mom.
dude, I won't. I'm not even gonna tell all the stories, but this one was just she's like sending me this Fox News clip on Facebook, and I'm like just coming back. I was picking up dinner with the boys. It was like we're gonna go and get your favorite burgers for dinner. It's our last dinner before you have to go back, and so I like watched the video for a second while I was waiting for the food, and I'm like, it's like huge earthquake off of Russia, tsunami warnings for Hawaii and Alaska and the East Coast, or I'm sorry, the West Coast, and uh, and I'm like, oh, that's wild, but that's never really means much anyway. So then I get to the house, I'm unpacking the food, or we're just starting to eat, and she calls me crying. And she's like, "What about your brother and the baby?" I'm like, "Mom,
Oh,
Anchorage is hundreds of feet, or it's 100 and something feet above sea
yeah.
level. There's not gonna be," and she's like, "There's 10 foot waves." I was like, "That's not gonna do anything
She was worried
to,"
about
and
a
they're like inner
tsunami.
Anchorage, right? Yes. And
So
then she's like, "What
is
about you
she
guys?" I'm like, "I'm
living in
400
a
and something feet above."
is she
I'm
living
sorry.
under a rock that this happens all the time?
Oh, it gets better.
Okay, because we always have tsunami warnings.
So Jess was like, "Are we even sure it was like a real video?" Just because I know, people get caught up with that. So I was like, "Yeah, it was a real Fox News video." And then I go to open it again. And I was like, "When was the date?" And I look at the comments, 33 weeks ago, 33 freaking weeks ago, and I. I'd blown up on her just to find out that this was over a year or over a half a year old. And so I call her back and I'm like, "Mom, you gotta pay attention to this stuff because this like that just made you like raise mass hysteria."
And work yourself into like a tizzy.
Yeah.
It's not worth it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's like calm down and get all the facts first. And I didn't even do that when she sent me the video because I was like, whatever. I'm numb to it. It happens all the time.
She
I don't think it's
spiraled,
gonna matter. Yeah.
and then she
Yeah.
called you.
Yeah. She got all sensitive about it.
Yeah. Well, that's kind of what I did with this guy. I kind of spiraled. I'm sure I got that from my mom. I talked to her after my little incident, and she's like, "Let me tell you about mine." And it was like all fired up and shit. And I'm like, "Calm down, just calm down,
It's
let it
good. You
go."
guys have each other to call me.
No, she didn't even.
Yeah.
She gave me like 2 seconds for mine, and mine was way more like confrontational and shit. And she just like, "Yeah, well, and it was like not even close." I'm like, "Really?" So,
Yeah,
but
I'll be on the phone with my mom's trying to tell a story, and then she'll just completely interrupt and start telling her own story. And I'm like, Mom, I'm not finished. I think that's one of
can
my
I
biggest.
finish?
Yeah, exactly. It's one of my biggest pet peeves is like when people interrupt you with absolutely no shame, like they don't care.
My mom does that, but I know it's. But I tend to talk a lot. Unlike you, you're more courteous. But I think it's because she's so excited to talk to me. But sometimes when
Hmm.
she interrupts me, I'll repeat the last sentence I said as she continues trying to say her thing. I'm like, you know, yeah, as I was saying this, and then she keeps going. I'm like, this and this, and she keeps going. I'm like, and this, and then finally she'll stop, and I'm get my chance to finish what I was
I
saying, or I'll just
I
let it
started
go.
to pull the Kamala. Yeah.
The
Excuse me,
excuse me,
I'm talking.
I'm talking.
Excuse me.
A woman's
A
talking.
woman is talking now. That's what I'm going to start saying. And even the woman part. A woman is talking now.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Well,
So wait, okay. So
hey,
that was your one thing. Didn't you have two things? Or was that
the next thing
two
was
looped
just
into
Joe
one?
did a really good job.
Oh,
And I just was gonna say,
fantastic
I just
job.
wanted to jump into that. I wanted to get my bullshit out of the way and then just come back and say, referring to the podcast that we just did, Joe was really good, and I'm excited to have him back on.
Oh, he was so good. Excellent. And then I called him as soon as we finished our podcast and he answers the phone. He goes, "Did I mess up?" And I'm like, no, dude. Like, you did so freaking good. Like, we were so
If
impressed and
anything,
happy.
we messed up. We had a golden egg there with Joe and his story and all of his, input, and I frankly didn't know what to say. I was like, it was kind of like he had so much good shit to say. I was like, this is hard for me to navigate because I usually just bullshit the whole time. I
It's funny. Well, I
was
think
like,
he has many more good stories, and I could think of some he's told me, but I will just definitely save that for the next one
let
with
him
him
do
because
it.
he's a really
Yeah.
good storyteller too.
He is. He's really like
Yeah.
patient and methodical and tells the important detail. Well, I put the transcript. I've put every one of our podcast transcripts through Chat GPT after we're finished. And as you know, Chat GPT tends to glaze me hardcore
Loves
when
you,
I put it
like it
in. It's
wants
like,
to marry you.
who the fuck is that Mark guy? I don't even
Yeah.
know, but you did amazing. Like it always says that. And I'm like, all right, I know, but continue. And with the one with Joe, I put it in, and it was like, let me tell you where you dropped the ball because Joe did perfect, and and it was like he's exactly what you guys need for your podcast. He's like a great like center of mass, very balanced, level-headed perspectives. And it said I kept trying to drag him off track with like bullshit. Like I was trying to get him fired up and into rants. It said you tried to drag him into
Yeah.
ranting and political ranting, and he was really level-headed. Basically, Joe should have a podcast, and we should be the co-hosts, the little guest speakers. He should speak the most, you should speak the second most, and I should speak the third most. Is basically what I got from the
I wonder what made it change its tune with you so much. Just how good Joe was. Shout out,
I
Joe.
think I
Thanks.
think I think it was. I think ChatGPT can realize when something's really good, and it probably sensed because it was like Joe's stories and what he like the way he told them was like gold. It's like you had a golden egg here, and because you guys are unstructured amateurs, you kind of dropped the ball a little bit. It could have been like your $1 million podcast,
Uh,
but because you guys kind of suck, no offense, we'll have to have him back on.
oh yeah, for sure, for sure. He's our
Maybe we can do a remake
one of the
episode and Have him tell it all again.
Yeah, I don't think so. I think I think you're being a little too critical of yourself. You know, don't listen to all everything ChatGPT says, uh, but you know, we've had, you know, I don't know how many episodes we're in now of this, you know,
I
around
think this is
20
like
or something.
I think it's like on the
17.
books. I think this is like 17 or 18,
Oh yeah, and then we
but
had a couple
we've
before, but
had a couple we didn't do. Yeah,
But it's been our structure, the way we've been doing these things. It's supposed to be about whatever, and then we had a guest on
whatever.
there, and yeah, and and we added a little bit of structure by asking questions and letting him tell a story. And maybe that's why ChatGPT liked it so much, is that there was a little bit more of a structure or agenda for it, and it picked up on that and was like, "This is why this is so good."
And then I was like, trans and gay. Gay is I. Why do I have to change my morals to say that gay is good? And it's like, what? Why are you talking about that?
It
I don't
tied
even
in.
know why I talk about that. It's because it's a sticking point for me when people try to tell you you can't. Because I'm not hurting anybody, and I love all people.
Yeah.
But maybe we can move from this into. Did you? How far did you get in the Jared Fogle documentary? Did you watch the first
Episode and a
episode?
half. Yeah.
So you're in the second one. That's where it starts to get crazy.
Yeah. So she just showed her recordings to
Ooh,
like a cop or an
he's such a
investigator or something.
creep.
Oh, listening to him talk is gross.
I didn't
He's
know
like,
he was so bad.
yeah, I thought he was just one of those, not like this is good, but just somebody that got caught with child porn. But
Not
this
a
was
big
like
deal. Yeah.
super bad. Like
Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought they
he
like
was way
raided
more
his hard
involved. Yeah.
drives and he had some
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
young girl videos or something and they're like, jail.
Yeah.
But he was
So
literally like the worst one. I don't even know if you got to it. He's talking to her on the phone and he's like, I want you to watch me pound one of the kids. And I was just like, what?
I'm not sure he said that yet, but that just
It's
so people
so
know, it's
bad.
Jared Fogle was the dude that lost the 200 and whatever 50, 60 pounds off of Subway back
By eating
in
Subway, which is
yeah.
like, were we just so dumb with our like diets and health and fitness that we were that because people were like, I'm gonna do the Subway diet too. It's like I'm pretty sure what he did was just go into like a caloric deficit by not eating like too many calories. He
And then he
had
just
two
had what,
sub
like the
sandwich.
veggie delight.
Yeah, you had the one that had because they don't put much meat on it, so you're getting carbs
No.
from the bread and some veggies, a little cheese, and a little bit of meat, which is, I mean, that's probably like 800 calories maybe for the first sandwich, and then the second one he was just getting veggies and bread, which is probably like 600. So 800 and 600 is 1400 calories. That's not enough for adult man's body. So you're going to lose weight like crazy. You could,
Especially a big boy like that.
if you ate better, higher quality food, you could enjoy so much more food and still lose weight. But
Right.
he's just like, I did it with Subway, and Subway is like, all right,
Well,
let's
it's because they wanted
fucking.
to pay him for it.
Yeah, it's silly. It's like it's such a shitty, stupid diet. But anyways, yeah, Jared would turn out to be a fucking pedophile. Oh,
Yeah.
my dog just ripped ass. Dude,
Oh
get out
man,
of here.
Jasmine's been so bad lately.
Ugh, dude, it's so bad. Valley, get out of here. Get the fuck out of here, dude. Go. You're not gonna sit in here and fart. Go. And I have no sympathy for him because he's eating shit. That's
I
why
know, I was
he's
just
farting
thinking
because
that
he's
too.
eating shit. Get out. Go.
And his
He's
shit
sitting.
parts.
He wants to be in here so bad. He's sitting in the hallway staring at me,
Jasmine
looking pathetic.
literally did that earlier today, but I was just thinking what a viral moment that would have been if that happened at the same time.
Oh,
Because
dude, it's
she's
so
been eating
rank.
shit. And so what we did, we were like, okay, now that she's not a or she's over a year old, we're gonna switch her to adult food, and we're gonna switch her and Jeter to a more cost efficient but healthy Costco food. So now they're gonna have the same food, and before she was only eating Jeter's poop. And I was like, that's probably because he eats different food. So I was like, gonna trick her and we're gonna go and just give him all the same food now. Jess says today she caught her taking a shit, turning around and taking a bite. It makes me want to throw up, dude. It's so
Yeah, this
disgusting.
is what I think when I open the door to see what he's doing. And every time I open the door, I catch him face down in the snow with a turd, and he looks up with a turd falling out of his mouth. He's like, spits the rest out and comes running over. And he's like, I'm like, dude, if you fucking put your tongue on me, oh my God, it's over.
Uh, it's
Ah,
hilarious.
but
Yeah, it's
anyways,
disgusting. I can't stand it.
it's so gross. But yeah, Jared Fogle and his pedophilia.
Uh,
I feel like there's more to be discussed here. Uh,
well, we haven't finished, right? It's like 3 episodes, right?
it's three
So I'm
episodes. I
sure
mean,
there's more.
there's more. Yeah, there's more. He keeps going. He's a real dirty, dirty man. Um,
And the first episode they talk about how, you know, in high school you wouldn't get caught dead sitting with him. He was
because
hard
he
to
was a fat
miss.
loser. Yeah.
Yeah, and so the like is between being huge and being like just pushed away from society, like you're probably going to have some social issues, but I'm like deep down, was that kind of pedo mindset always there, or was it like forced upon him based on how he was treated?
Well, their defense later in the after he gets arrested, spoiler alert, they say that they tried to make a case that he wasn't going to be a threat to society. Basically, that he had a hardcore addictive personality, and it was fueled by food to begin with. And once he stopped eating food, it changed to a sexual addiction, and that they felt that they could fix him, and everyone was like, "Yeah, that's bullshit." Like,
Yeah, how often do you know those shows where it's like To Catch a Predator or something? How often is the guy a normal handsome guy?
was Jared a normal, handsome guy?
No.
I mean, he wasn't normal, but was he handsome? Would you consider him handsome?
Well, I was thinking about when he was
Young?
fat.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. So he
And
just
so he had already maybe, he had never probably been with a woman, and for the longest time, and then you're like, I can't get a woman, maybe I can get a child or something. I don't know. That's what I'm wondering. And then of course at that point, your mental state is already gone, and who knows,
I think that
like,
what they kind of say about child predators is that there's some, or one of the theories I've heard is that there's something happens to them young in life, whether they've been abused themselves or something, and then they get in this state of arrested development where a part of them never matures past that point, which might have been hit when he was being bullied and chastised, and he felt really isolated. But like you said, because he never had a girlfriend or any contact with girls, he probably wanted a girlfriend when he was young, and then when he got older and he got suddenly like a lot of exposure and opportunities, he was still mentally trapped in that, younger. He was attracted to the younger self because he felt like he had um a position over them. You know what I mean? Like
hmm
adult women were probably still maybe a little intimidating to him, or there was
but
something that's yeah,
he was so cocky
with
once
the
he got
lady.
famous. Yeah.
It's but you can feign cockiness and you can act cocky to a point, but I think when people behave sexually, it's really like becomes like what's in their core, like their, what do you call it, their id or whatever. It's almost down to like your lizard brain. So if there
Yeah.
was that subconscious lack of confidence, it would come out sexually, where when he was like titillated, it would be by knowing he had control over the, because that's what he talks about. He's like, oh, they're so innocent or whatever, like,
Yeah.
that kind of stuff. It's probably something to do with that.
Yeah, his whole demeanor changes when he's just talking to her about normal things and all this fame. But then when he starts talking about his perversions, he does get more, uh, I want to just say icky, gross, like more tamed down. Like he's not. it's not like he's sitting there being like, "Oh yeah, I pulled like 15 12-year-olds this month or something." And it's sorry, it's
Such a
not funny.
brag.
Yeah, exactly. And so yeah,
Well,
it's
later on too, he says he's talking about her at the birthday party, and he's like, I just want to watch them look at like check you out and look at your big boobs and like be checking you out. And I'm just thinking like that doesn't make any sense because we're talking about little like 11-year-old like you what you are
kids that don't
thinking
even
they're
have that mindset, yeah.
yeah, what you're thinking they're thinking is not even close to accurate. That's real weird that you're, you know,
It
imposing
yeah.
your yeah,
Did you think that's
just
normal?
just some weird mental distortion going on.
I was also, when he said, or she had said that he would call her like 20 to 30 times a day, but that wasn't until like his secret was out. So I was wondering if like part of him was just he felt so vulnerable that he told this secret, so he's constantly calling to make sure that they're still on good terms or something.
Checking up on it. Yeah.
Yeah, like you haven't told my secret, right? So,
Weird shit, man. I don't get it. It's a
yeah.
good thing I don't get it, but
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
I
it's a
want
good
to
thing
get.
you're
I
not sitting
want
there
to.
being like,
I totally understand where he's coming from. Yeah. I wish I could though. Like that's it's a thing that I always like am fascinated by people who think completely alien things to me because I'm like, how?
you're
How
just
are you
interested in the
coming to
psychology of it.
Yeah, I'm like, how do you come to those conclusions that you're so convinced of, you know?
Well, it's like when people are like, it's not their fault, it's an illness. And I'm like, okay, maybe say it is an illness, a mental illness. Like, that doesn't make it okay.
No,
Like,
it's not okay,
and you can't give them
obviously.
spaces to yeah, I mean, you know what the medication for that is?
A bullet, the
Or
guillotine.
chop it off.
Oh, chop their dick off. Yeah.
Can't do it now. No, they'd probably still find ways to be.
Didn't what
What is
state
it? Was
just
it Idaho? I was just
with
gonna
the
say that.
firing squad?
Yep, yep.
Yeah.
My next door neighbor state.
Maybe that's why I watched this because that news just came out and I was like, actually, I watched it because I've been somewhat interested in Jared for a while to know what happened, but at the same time, it seemed so preposterous because he's just the subway guy. So I was
Yeah.
like, this is silly. Like that there's this like story of this monster and it's Jared the subway guy. I almost have a hard time taking it seriously, you know?
Well, it's like the Nickelodeon people.
Yeah. It's the fucking Subway guy. It's like such a lame thing to even be the Subway guy. It's
Yeah.
such a dumb celebrity
Uh,
position. But
it's
yeah,
funny. I was gonna
dude,
say
after that
something.
one, you got to watch the Kevin Spacey. That
I
one's
will
just
watch
hilarious.
Kevin Spacey one
That
after
one's
that.
fucking funny because he's just. It's funnier
Because
when it's gay.
it's to
It's a
adults too, right? It's
Yeah,
not.
it's gay. He's just
Yeah,
this
yeah, it's
gay
not kids.
prowler, dude. He's like pushing people over and making out with them, and like, oh no, not you again.
Yeah.
Just dry humping him, dude. The soldier guy that wants to be an actor, Kevin Spacey, like like corners him at a party. He's like, yeah, I'll try to help you out. Like, come on, let's go in here real quick. And he goes in there with him, and he just starts making out with him. The way the military guy describes it is so funny because he's like, I could feel his bristly whiskers all over my face and shit. And he's like, hey, you saw my girlfriend downstairs. Like, this isn't okay, man. And he's like, no, it's fine. It's good. It's okay. And he's like, I'm
I'm gonna
like,
help you.
he's like, I'm a soldier, right? But then after all of this, the next day, Kevin Spacey hits him back up and he's like, no, I really do want to help you with your career. And he went with him again. So like,
Mhm.
that's on him after
Yeah,
he
I agree.
fucking made it. But he was like, when Kevin Spacey tells you he's going to help you, you got to like, you got to take advantage of that. So then Kevin Spacey, he's like, hey, there's this new theater. Like, why don't we go check out a movie? And he's like, all right. They go watch Saving Private Ryan. He's like, hey, you're a soldier. Let's watch Saving Private Ryan. He says they're watching where they storm the beach at Normandy. He's like, this really gory scene with all the people getting blown up at Normandy. And he's like, I turn and I look to my left, and Kevin is got his pants open and he's pleasuring himself. He's just fucking beaten off, looking at him while they storm the
Oh
beach in
no.
Normandy. It's just like, oh my god, dude, that's so funny.
Oh my gosh, that's awful.
Yeah.
That made me laugh when you had said like the bristly whiskers thing. It's like uh, rest in peace, grandma. But it's like when your grandmother's always wanted to give you the kiss to her grandkid, and it's like, Grandma, you have a mustache.
Well, I'm lucky my grandma doesn't have a mustache, but I have seen plenty of old ladies with really thick mustaches.
Well, just she was, passing away in an old folks' home. Um,
No one to help her shave her shit.
right, exactly.
Well, that's sad. That's a sad
Uh,
story. Just went and made it real sad
no, I was. It's still the bristly whiskers thing.
because she was in an old fucking old folks home getting all
Uh,
unkempt and uncared for, trying to give kisses to her little grandbabies because she doesn't know when she's going to see you guys again. And all
hey,
you can
I'm
think
grateful
about
that
is
I
her
got to see her.
bristly
Yeah,
whiskers.
nice try. Nice try. You just triggered a core memory is all.
All right, so
Oh my
what
gosh.
next? What's on the agenda?
Agenda. Wow. No, you're all into that chat GPT agenda stuff, huh? Uh Man, I don't know. I just have so much on my brain about like work and moving. Well, you know what? That makes me think about work and how recently I found out that like when I'm not there, people are going into my office and like just kind of doing whatever they want in my office.
Are they invading your space?
Yeah, it's like my just have some like workspace boundaries. Like if I'm not there, there's no reason for you to be going in through my cupboards, which is where I have all the marketing swag.
Is that what they're doing? Is going through your cupboards?
Somebody is. There's That's like when the higher ups do it, it's fine. Um, it's whatever, you're the boss. But when I've got young guys coming in and like going through my cupboards, and then I find out today that there's like I had all these stickers, logo stickers created to use for like hard hats and just promotional stuff, and they're all gone. I had like hundreds and they're all gone, and somebody
Somebody
needed
stole
5 of
your
them today.
stickers?
Yeah, but I've lost like change out of my drawer and stuff, so I'm getting keys to it, but it was like,
Someone
why do you
stole
need
your
keys?
change?
Yeah. And I'm like, is it the cleaning people? Is it somebody else? I'm like, I just want keys to my office.
Wow.
Yeah.
Gonna have to lock it down. Stealing
Yeah.
your change? That's crazy.
Yeah. And then who knows what else? It's not like I can't keep track of how much I have of like a certain swag item or something. So
You should put a fucking camera up.
I know it's a good idea.
Put a security
They probably
camera in
wouldn't
there.
let me. I
Don't
could
tell
and
them.
get a little teddy bear.
Yeah, dude, put a camera in there. Catch that motherfucker.
Well, I'll be getting keys soon.
Nah, I'd let him keep doing it so you can figure out who it is. Figure out who's the
I
rat.
know
Don't
who
you
it
want to
is.
know who the rat is? You
I think
lock
I
the
know who
door,
it
and then
is.
the rat's just going to be still in your midst.
I think I know who it is.
You think you know, but you don't know
Yeah,
for certain.
that's true.
I would like to get the video evidence and see it, and then send it to the boss and be like, "Look at this shit." Immediate firing.
I just want people to go to work and do their jobs and leave everybody else alone. Like
Mm.
I and all my other like I don't want to even sit around. I don't want to be the guy around the watering cooler telling stories. I just want to sit at my desk and want to do my job,
Dude,
and that's it.
yeah, yeah. That's me to an extent. There is an extent of like a lot of the people I work with. I feel like are better friends than my friends, my actual friends I went to school and have known
Yeah.
forever. And it's because they're just good people, and that's really cool to have, good relationships with some of your coworkers. But
It's also, you own your own company and you rely on good customer service too.
Yeah. Yeah,
Also, to an
I
extent, because you're not forced to work with
no, I'm not
pieces of shit
yeah,
or
I'm
something.
not forced to work around them. If I was forced to work around them, I might want to push them back a little bit to have better work separation. But that's how I feel when I go to the gym, though. And there's tons of people that just want to stand around buck ass naked in the locker room and shoot the shit. And I'm like, what'd you come here for? I came here to work out, and like I work out best when I am not distracted by people talking to me.
Yeah, exactly.
So that happens
I also
all
work,
the time.
which I'm not gonna blast on here. I work in an industry where the people aren't always the most socially normal.
Do you do you ever have people try to hang out with you, like ask you to hang out?
No.
Yeah, I had that at the. I've had that a few times. That's a weird to me. That's a weird situation to run into as a adult married man. Is like talk to somebody for a few seconds and then hey, we should hang out sometime. And I'm just like, that is the fucking gayest thing I've ever heard. Absolutely not. Under no circumstances am I hanging out. What I don't hang out. The only hanging out I do is what we're doing right now, and we're trying to
Right.
monetize it. We're trying to monetize it. You know, this is
Uh,
not like this is a. I've approached this as a job, so that's my only justification for just like I have a fucking wife and shit.
okay, so when slash if you move here, you're not gonna come over and we're not just gonna have like dinners with the fam?
Well, I will, but I'm not going to forge
You're not gonna
inorganic
like it.
relationships
Oh
with
yeah.
people.
No.
I'm not going to force uh bonds between other men and myself, especially when it's at the expense of like all the other shit that I should be doing. I'm not going to be like, "Oh, let me put my story and my podcast and my work and my wife and my cooking and everything. I'll put that on hold so that I can build a friendship with you." Like if we happen to become friends in the course of, you know, drinking out of the same pond, we just keep running into each other, then so be it. That's great. But I'm not gonna treat it like dating, you know?
Especially if it's I like what you said about like if you end up drinking from the same pond multiple times. It's like if you randomly were at the gym and you're working out with this guy and you are next to this guy and you're both doing the same thing. It's like, oh, yeah, dude, cool. We should hang out outside of this. That would be weird to me.
Yeah,
I'd be like,
exactly.
you're coming on too strong.
It's how it feels to me. But it also
But if you
feels to
were to
me
go to the
eh,
gym and constantly it's the same time as that guy and you guys have the same routine and then you start chit chatting about movies or whatever, then maybe it's like, dude, you're a pretty cool dude. Uh, but like guys like to go get a drink, but
already
you don't.
sounds
You don't
gay right
drink, so
there. You're a pretty cool dude. As like that to me, you made me uncomfortable just because I saw where it was going. Like you don't have to
Uh,
butter me up because it's not. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not going anywhere. So don't waste your energy trying to flatter me.
I think you have
Just
some.
want you to know, I thought you have a pretty good bench, and maybe we could catch a movie sometime.
You make it sound so much worse.
It's
Catch
so
a
gay,
movie.
dude.
That is not. Uh,
It
I
just
like
like
I
you know,
will bond with some of the guys that I do the dad's dance stuff with, and I can be friends with them because we have this common thing, and we'll go get drinks or whatever. But
yeah, it's just not me, man. I guess because I spent so much time when I was younger doing that. When I was a kid, I had so many friends up until like 24. Like I made my social life my everything. And now I'm like, it's time to like focus on what matters, you know? And for me, I can do without all that. I can do with having a couple really close friendships, but then those little like bullshit friendships, I don't really need that, you know?
no, I think as you get older, it's nice to just have just those solid friendships. I mean, there's the people that you can always rely on. Uh,
I mean, it
but
took me a minute to get comfortable after we started talking again. We had lost our flow because we hadn't really talked consistently for a long time. So for us to
Yeah.
get back into it, it took us a minute to like feel each other out, and then we're back to where we were. But like going from like scratch with
Oh
people,
yeah.
you
Yeah.
know, I'm not
Yeah,
into that.
once you graduated and went to college, I was a year behind you. Yeah, we didn't talk very much. I don't know, it was like kind of more so in the last 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, but I don't typically call anybody on the phone and just be like, "What's up?" and like just talk about my day and stuff. Like I just don't, you know.
I think I think I might do that with like my dad,
Yeah.
but I don't there's not like and obviously if Jess is gone or something, but um every time you and I end up on the phone, it's because we there's a purpose or an agenda or a story or something, and I think that's a common for I want to say most male adults.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like I said, if I didn't know you, then we wouldn't be doing this. But since we
Totally.
have, yeah, since there's been people who I don't really know that well who have tried to do that, like want to do something, you know,
Yeah.
and like a podcast or whatever, and it's like I just don't want to go through the motions of maybe it's because I've also been through like friendship breakups that and like a lot of them, and they've sucked. And I've seen I have a pretty strong like test of my friendship's durability. And if you don't if I don't know that you're solid, I'm not gonna
Put
expend
in
the
the effort.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't think of any time I've had like this huge friendship breakup. And if I did, I've obviously have forgotten about them.
Well, that's really good, man. That's awesome. Because I would say I've had quite a few and the common denominator has been me. So
At least you
um
recognize that.
yeah, well, I think it's a combination. I think it's like I said, I spent so much time putting so much emphasis on those friendships that when you put so much weight on a friendship, it's bound to crumble. It's not going to replace a wife, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
So there's
Yeah,
people
I
in
would
your
say
life that are there for you no matter what, and most friends are not, and so I don't even want to pretend like they are, you know?
yeah. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
Depressing again. Jeez.
I didn't mean to be depressing. I think that's it's kind of a liberating thing. Is like, I feel like if there's anybody who would be listening to us and is in that phase of life of like, because I feel like a lot of young people do it. They put a lot of weight and emphasis on their friendships, thinking that that's like
Mhm.
that is everything. Like my ex girlfriend did that. She prioritized the friendship above our relationship. The friendship that she had with her friends in the house was like
Right.
she basically I put her in an I gave her an ultimatum because her friends sucked, and I was like, all right, here's the deal. You pick one or the other. If you pick me, we'll do our best to like figure out all the other shit we got to figure out, and we'll try to make everything work. But you can't keep prioritizing them because they're deadbeats and they're dragging you down. So you got to like pick who's your favorite. And she basically was like, I'm picking them. And I was like, well, that's very short-sighted of you. I've been in your position before where I thought my friends were everything in my world, and I'm going to let you know right now, they're going to meet other people and they're going to leave you. Okay? They're
I
not
guess it
going to
depends
be here
on how
forever.
long you've been in that relationship.
Well, if someone's pretending like they're your significant other, but they're really just your friend. Like that's what my ex, her girlfriend, was like, literally like a surrogate boyfriend. They were treating each other like they were in like a real like relationship that way.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's
So
like
that's obviously gonna put a strain on your
I'm like, you guys are
relationship.
codependent on each other. And I'm telling you right now, you're both being stupid, but eventually a guy's gonna come along for her and she's going to pick him. and then you're gonna have spent all this time putting your emphasis on that, and she's gonna bounce on you, and you're gonna feel foolish because you're letting our relationship go down the drain for that. And that's what she chose to do. And guess what happened? She got a boyfriend and she took off. And that's what happens, you know?
Yeah, yeah. Uh, I guess like one thing I would say, I'm sure this isn't really how you handled it, but it's like you can't just give somebody an ultimatum, though, and expect.
What do you mean?
Well, if you're gonna say it's her or me,
Well, I
like
didn't
a lot
say
of
it
times
like
that'll make people go the wrong. They'll be like, "Well, then fuck you, dude."
no, we had consistently all of our issues bumped up against this problem of like you're doing what they want you to do.
I get that.
You're
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
yeah. I just didn't want you to sound that way.
Okay, well, I appreciate you like covering me in case any stupid girls are watching that are gonna like flame me in the comments and be like, Nick's an asshole. Try to like post this shit, take it out of context, and make me look like a
Well,
dick.
not that we've built much of a demographic, but I'm pretty sure it's not a lot of women.
I just want to say this to all like, potentially liberal, artistic, creative minded women out there that might be watching. I just want to like, just want to throw that out there.
You know what's funny is for me, your camera's lagged like most of the time up until right there. It was like
I
so crystal clear.
no, I mean that sincerely though. Like fuck you. Like I don't care. I'm so tired of like these stupid girls that try to like dictate and sway, the way that we like discuss things or like how many platforms do we have to express ourselves? Like not many,
Uh,
right? How many times can we just like stand on top of our fucking rock and sound off? This is my
mm,
time.
yeah,
And I'm not
no,
going to let
no,
some
not without
frumpy,
consequence.
yeah, I'm not going to let some frumpy chick show up and start pointing out all the ways that I am making myself look foolish. I'll look foolish if I want to look foolish. Okay.
I like it. Yeah, as long as you get
Yeah.
paid for it.
I'm not getting paid for it.
Just joking.
I'll do it for free because it feels good to be dumb
Uh,
sometimes. It feels good.
I don't know if
I want to
necessarily think
live
it's
my
dumb.
life
It's like
without
just
consequences.
blunt. I like blunt. Blunt doesn't
It's
mean dumb.
No, but it feels good to say things and not worry about the repercussions, right?
Yeah, but unfortunately, we can't really do that unless it's like a one-on-one conversation. I mean, you could
Well,
say
it's,
the most outlandish thing right now, and I know you wouldn't because you know there could be massive repercussions for it.
yeah, but we're kind of flirting with the line a little bit of, you know, being blunt without being criminal,
Right.
without having our, um, what'd you call it? Free speech tested, I guess.
Yeah.
We're saying things that are allowed, but maybe perhaps frowned upon, and that's okay.
Yeah. You're allowed to frown upon it. What you're
You
not allowed to
frown all the
do
fuck you
is
want.
tell me I can't say it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm not here. I'm not doing this to change anybody's mind on anything.
Yeah, because you're not.
Yeah, I'm not trying to. I'm not
I
giving
don't.
my audience an
We've changed
ultimatum.
each other's minds before.
Oh yeah. Well, here's what you just said. If this was a one-on-one conversation, but really, that's how I see this. This is a one-on-one conversation, and there just happens to be a little window that if somebody wants to pop their head in and look at this one-on-one conversation, they're allowed to do that. But what they're
And
not
they're
allowed
allowed
to
to
do.
leave. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, they're not allowed to just like enter the like force their way into the conversation and say,
Right.
I thought that you need to do this and you need to do that.
But what they will do is try and ruin your life, and that's the really pathetic part.
Yeah, fortunately, we haven't had that with directly
With the cast.
with the podcast.
Yeah.
We've had that with just talking shit. Talking
Yeah.
shit gets you in trouble with psychos. Dude,
Sensitive.
I was like, I don't know, maybe when we grew up, things were just so different. But I remember in high school, reliving the glory days, I was like so mouthy in
Yeah.
school, and the girls and our liberal teacher loved it. And I remember thinking I was doing my best to make her hate me. And then after class, I was like, "Do you hate me? Like, I want to know, am I like doing an effective job at making you hate me?" She's like, "I love having you
Love you.
here because everybody else would all the girls in here are always going to agree with what I say, and you'll always take the opposite position, no matter if they're going to get mad at you or what. And it makes the conversations so much more enjoyable." And I was like, wow, respect. That's great.
I'm gonna type in the chat to find out which teacher it was.
You can, she's got the same name as our president.
Oh, okay, got it. Well,
I could have just said it at that point, but
Donald, that's right.
yeah, exactly. See, I have plausible deniability. Um, yeah, I remember we got the gay conversation in high school back when you were allowed to have that conversation, and I was like, I don't agree with it. And I was sitting at a table, and the girls were all sitting at a table, and they're like from across the thing, just squawking, and I'm like, I think it's gross. And then Mrs. said, "Well, what do you think about the lesbians?" And I said, "Those are fine. I like those." And they're like, and I was like, bring it on. Give it to me. Give it to me.
That's
I love it.
amazing.
I love it.
It's actually funny that you bring that up because towards the end of high school, all the like younger like eighth and ninth graders, maybe even some of the 10th graders, they're all starting to say, "Oh, I'm bi. I'm bi." They're all had this bi phase.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
Well, I remember one guy that was like, got his hair dyed pink and he was the gay guy. And they're like running up to me. And I don't even remember, like the girl ran up, you know, and they're like, he was doing gay stuff in the car and he bit the steering wheel and took a chunk out of the steering wheel because he was so turned on. And was just like, why the fuck are you telling me this? Like, what
Yeah,
is this?
why
I
does
don't
that
want to hear
excite
this.
you?
Get out of here. They're just like, just gossip. It was like, it was the new thing. And so it was exciting for people to like, you know, make a deal out of it. And I'm like, I don't
Especially in our
fucking want to hear
small little
that.
school.
Yeah, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't care.
I can only think of one person who that could have been.
He had no filter.
Oh, never mind. Got it. There's two
Yeah.
people.
Um,
Hey, turns out I'm pretty sure he's not gay anymore.
I think he might have gone back and forth a few times.
Oh, okay. I
But
guess that just makes you bi.
yeah, it was weird. Like growing up, I felt like there was this thing where they wanted to shock you as well. They were like
Yeah.
really aggressively, like now it's more toned down where I don't
They
mind
needed
it
the
as much.
attention.
Yeah, like we've grown out of it, and I'm
Uh,
like, that's tolerable. Like the gay ones that are like, I fuck a dude, but other than that, I do my job and I'm a cool dude. I'm like, that's fine. I don't care. You can fuck a dude if you like that. That's fine. But I don't want to hear how you took a chunk out of the steering wheel. But you
yeah,
know,
that's clearly an intention thing.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. When we were
Yeah,
young,
yeah,
it was
no, yeah.
like they were like pink hair, and they were like, "Hey, girl," and it's like, okay, all right, we get it. You're different. I see that. You know, dude. I remember when I worked in Capitol Hill in Washington. I worked up at the Qdoba. And there was this little nerdy dude that used to come in all the time. And I thought he was kind of like Jesse Eisenberg from The Social Network, just a
Oh,
nerd.
yeah.
And he always talked to me just totally normal. Like we just shot the shit back and forth. And he's like, all right, yeah, have a good day. Would leave. And then there was the Gay Pride Festival. And it was the first time I'd ever seen a Gay Pride Festival. And it was like literally like a horror show. It was like the fucking Insane Clown Posse like Juggalo Festival of the Juggalos. Like I went outside and it was like a literal parade of freaks coming down the street, and there was a fat lady in the front without a shirt and her big massive tits just like flopping all over, and she wasn't happy. She was like, "Ah!" And she was twirling a baton, and it was just like, this is like, I couldn't have imagined this nightmarish Dr. Seuss scenario. So it's just like really freaky. And then I go back inside and I'm like, okay, this is like the Pride Fest that they all talk about. And that dude comes in and he's like dressed like a peacock. He's wearing like a sequined dress with the chest cut open, the big things on his eyes, and he's got the big peacock thing behind him. And he comes over and he orders a burrito and he talks like the way we normally talk, but I'm like, you don't look like the dude I normally talk to. And there was like a little bit of self-consciousness on his end because he's like, yeah, this is my other side, yeah. We had a normal rapport, but then
Yeah, yeah.
it was like I was seeing
And I got
something I wasn't supposed to see, and I was just like, you know,
I like
weird.
I don't really care about the parades, like you do you, but the stuff they get away with.
Do you want your kids to see some fat chick with her
No,
tits
that's what I
flopping all
mean.
over? That's
You shouldn't be
like
allowed,
fucking
like,
dildos, like, "Ah!" It's
yeah,
like, dude, what is this? Like, this is
yeah.
disgusting.
Like I just think that's and I the fact that we just let it be is
Because
silly.
it's a touchy subject. It's like, how did this become a touchy subject?
Yeah, I don't know, but it's not like some random gay guy can just run down the street on a normal day and do it. It's like a hall pass. Like, here you go. Here's your one free day to let your freak flag fly.
And they do that the freak flag fly. That's a tough one to say, kind of.
Yeah, yeah, I stuttered over it.
You slowed down, so you made sure not to fuck up. You're like,
Yeah,
freak flag fly.
yeah,
Well, in Portland, they do that naked bike ride. I think they do it in Seattle too, where bare
probably.
ass, buck ass, naked people ride their bikes through town. I think that's wholly inappropriate too. I'm sorry.
Absolutely.
I'm not like some hardcore pearl clutching conservative, but I don't want to see your fucking dick at any point. But if I do see your dick, it should be in a locker room,
I
not,
also don't want all your smelly assholes going down the
yeah, not
street.
swinging off the side of your fucking bike where
You're
kids are
just
like,
standing up.
not you're getting stuck in your spokes or anything like that. Like, I don't need to see that. No,
Yeah,
it's just
imagine that
gross. It's
bike
like, what
wreck.
compels you to do that? Like, if you can do that, I should be able to knock you over and have you scrape the skin off your fucking nutsack because you eat shit. It's not appropriate.
No, you call any normal person or anybody that does that on a normal, regular day a pervert that needs to be
Yeah.
locked up.
Yeah, I think it's public nudity is not okay in our society. It's just
I
not.
agree.
Unless you're a little baby, and then it's like,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
whatever, no one cares. But if you're a full grown adult, cover it the fuck up.
Yep,
You know, I
100%.
can't pull my dick out,
But
nor would I want to.
exactly, that's also the difference. You don't want to.
No, I don't want to. I don't want to show you mine, and I don't want to see yours. That's it.
I certainly don't want to be riding behind you on a bike.
I want to hit you with my car if I see you. It's such a weird. You live in a weird ass state, dude.
It was actually kind of cool. The other day I told Jess, I was like, I'm trying to figure out where I want to put my American flag on this house. And she goes, well, as long as the neighbors don't hate us. And I was like, the people right across from us have one. And then we like rode the back way through the neighborhood the other day, and there's like boom, 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 for like 30 flags. And I'm like, yeah, people here don't care. That's nice.
Dude, isn't that ridiculous that you have to be like concerned about hanging an American flag because they're going to think you're an extremist because you have an American
Yeah.
flag because you like
Yeah,
the country that you live in?
exactly. I dress
Oh, they
up when
might
I've
hate us
yeah, exactly. It
because
is really dumb.
we're okay. We are okay and are proud of being an American.
I have a hat that says USA, and it's from it's golf. It's a golf hat from the Ryder Cup. Like it's a very like USA specific. They go against the Europeans. So it's just red, white, and blue USA. And I got to be worried about where I can't wear that to the office.
Briefly getting political here. This is also something Joe touched on that I thought was worth like bringing back up. Was he said, and I'll be the first person that if Trump does something I don't like, I'll be the first person to sound off about it. And it's like, this is what I think that they don't understand is that when you say I'm proud to be an American, you're not saying I'm proud of everything that America, the military industrial complex does. You're saying I'm proud of my right to disagree with that. I'm proud.
Yeah,
I'm not saying I'm proud of everything that the country does, but I am proud to live in a place where I can say this pisses me off or whatever.
yeah,
Like we might
yeah. And
have
you get
just
to
as many
choose.
issues with it. You know. Go
Yeah,
ahead. Sorry.
the thing about the no, no, the thing about the opposing side is as soon as somebody does something as soon as a political figure does something that they don't like, they blame the country. Uh, you know, like it's like, oh, you did one thing that I disagree with, therefore America's bad, and that's what
Yeah, I
you
hate
hear
to
all the
break it
time.
to
And
you, but you're an American too.
yep, yeah, and you're not going to have a better life somewhere else.
No, but like I'm proud of the fact that we live in a place where you can be a dumb shit and say
Yeah,
whatever it is
yeah,
you want and not get like murdered by religious extremists. I think that's really cool. I am proud that you can be a total freak. I'm proud of that. I mean, I'm
yeah.
not proud of that. Pride is a weird word to
It,
use. I think
you're
it
proud
sounds
of
silly.
the freedom of it.
Yeah,
You're
and I'm
just
not.
happy about that the freedom.
Pride might be like an antiquated term in a way because I'm not like like you know
Right.
what I mean? It's more of I'm grateful for.
Yeah.
I'm grateful to the country. I'm grateful for guys like Joe who protected the country. I'm grateful for the people older than Joe who helped build the country. Like I'm just glad was born here and I don't like or agree with everything that the country does and we do a lot of stupid shit, but I am grateful, you know.
Yeah, like I was telling you today, and we don't have to go down the nuances of a 401k, but I was logging into all my stuff to change my address, and I looked at my my statement, and literally from February 28th, I've lost thousands of dollars, and I'm like, that's the day that we idiotically bombed Iran, and I'm not happy about it, you know? So yeah, I might have voted one way, but it doesn't mean I'm gonna like every single thing that that person does.
Yeah, and it doesn't and just because you have a flag in your yard doesn't mean you're some retarded. They just assume they know your views, right, based on the flag, but it's a lot of people that have flags are, like, more crazy with, like, more fringe ideas than even they could have. Like, a lot of them are more anti-government than those people
Oh,
are.
sure. Yeah,
Anti-big government, you know? But they don't even understand what the point of the government even is. Those people that don't that try to box you in with your views. You know, whatever,
agreed.
whatever. You want to do the wheel?
Yeah, let's take a quick pee break.
All right, folks, let's spin the wheel of whatever.
Spin the freewheel, let's put our small talk skill to the test. It's the whatever wheel. Whatever we'll talk about next.
Better not get one of our new words again. Strength
Okay, that was a good spin.
and control. Oh,
Strength and control. Let's go hand in hand.
they do. I feel like a
Yep,
lot of times when we spin stuff, I do pretty good at going hand in hand.
they do.
What do you
What do you
got?
got? What do you got?
Wow.
Well, I don't know. I went to the gym today because I wanted to get stronger, and I think it was because I felt myself getting out of control. I imagined if I had gotten in a fight, and I was like, I would like to be bigger and stronger if I got in a fight, and so I went to go try to get stronger so that I could have more control over the situation.
Well, and then there's also the people that don't. It's like they don't realize how strong they are. Okay, it's like when I was telling the story about Joe put me in a chokehold and like literally like bruising my
Turn your
esophagus,
neck
and he's like,
purple.
"No, no." I'm like, "Dude, like you don't know how strong you are." He's a
Dude,
bodybuilder, you know.
it's kind of scary and a little bit frustrating how strong some people are.
Yeah, I don't want to be. I mean, I wouldn't want to be like a bodybuilder type strong.
No, but I
I like.
remember
Yeah.
go ahead.
No.
I remember Philip one time when we were in high school. He was just fucking around, and I was starting shit with him, and he came over and he was like, and he walked over and he grabbed my legs. I had my legs squeezed, pretend like he was gonna rape me, and I was like, "Get away from me!" And he grabbed my legs and he just went and pulled them apart,
Dang.
and I had them squeezed together as hard as I could with all of my leg strength, and he just went. And I was like, "Holy shit, that's like silverback strength." Like a lot of those guys I see at the gym, they have that like silverback strength, and I'm like, I'm thin. I have small, thin, frail bone.
Yeah, same.
You know,
That's
and no matter how
hilarious.
much I work out, I'll never be that strong.
I don't. Yeah, I mean, I would just rather be toned, but I think about also like when you're playing with when I'm playing with the boys or something. Like you can Wesley is so tiny, and I could easily just like do something that I didn't think I did it very hard, and then all of a sudden he's like, "Ow, ow, 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 ow," and I'm like, "What are you talking about? I barely even touched you."
Hannah does that to me all the time. She's like, "Be a gentleman. Be a gentleman. You're too rough." I'm like, I don't even feel like I'm being that rough, but
I know it's funny because I'll like
then I knock her ass down the stairs. Shut up.
if I like I'll just like swing my arm and like accidentally get Jess, and she's like, "Ow, son of a bitch!" I'm like, "Oh, sorry, I didn't. I thought I just barely touched you."
Dramatic.
uh, it's funny.
I almost feel like sometimes they're more upset by the thought of it. Like you didn't even try to
Yeah,
withhold your strength.
I'm just a
Why are
clumsy
you
man.
treating me the way you would treat a man?
Uh, on the flip side too, you like people that go unless it's you're trying to make like a career out of it, like a bodybuilder or something, or you're doing it to because you're an athlete. But if you're just somebody that just goes to the gym to just constantly get bigger and stronger and maybe break records, but for like no reason, it's like, do you have control over that? It's like an addiction for some people. Do you have a control over that addiction?
A lot of the guys I see there are definitely addicted. Well, I feel like I'm a little bit addicted. Like I wouldn't want I need it for my mental
I think
state.
that's good too. Yeah.
I've seen same thing with some of the people I know that have mental problems. They go there and they just run like for a long time because
Oh, I
it's
wish I could do that.
better than any prescription that you can get. But that's kind of what I get out of it more than anything is it's just like I can sleep tonight really soundly because I exhausted my energy. But with the strength and control thing, I got another one.
Let's hear
I
it.
was talking to someone about this the other day, where her son's getting into wrestling, and she's like talking about how some of the parents are very like they get really wound up and like throw shit, and some of the kids are like throwing shit, and she's like, "You're not gonna act like that. You have to like have self control. If you start throwing shit and acting like that, you're gonna get pulled." And we were talking about how in sports a lot of times, especially like in football or whatever, or boxing like a lot of those really high level players, they know how to control it and then they know how to let it loose. And when they go into the ring, it's like they let their killer come out,
Mm-hmm.
but then you see them getting arrested for like domestic violence and shit because they're not they like when you go back and forth between those states all the time, I think
That's a really
it's
good point.
dangerous. Yeah.
Let's look at OJ.
Or Tyson
Yeah, I mean a
biting
lot of
people's
them.
ears off and shit. It's like it's like he goes in there to kill you, and that's why he was so good. But then for him to come out and to have someone piss him off, can he like maintain control? You know,
Right. Right.
or like how they let the football players, they're all like pushing and fighting and talking shit, and it's like they almost get into like fist fights out there when they're playing. It's like, well, they are kind of like ramped up to an 11, and then when someone pisses you off, you at least need a second to like come out of that state. You know, you get a little more grace than other people.
Yeah, it's funny because you're absolutely right. I was thinking at first about, how to control your strength, but a strength you can have is like, the self-control to not get yourself in that sort of trouble. Like to have that ability to be the animal on the inside the ring and then the nice, charming, like level-headed person on the outside.
Yeah, yeah, especially when you've been conditioned to push it as hard as you can and to be as much of a savage as you can in your sports or whatever.
Yeah, because your goal is to like break your opponent in almost
Well,
any
that's what
sport, whether it's literally or figuratively.
that's what we talked about in our Muay Thai classes, and the coach came in after one of the guys had done a amateur fight from our class, and he was like, "All right, I just want to say this, like I watched the fight and I feel like this is a problem with our gym is that we're too nice." And he's like, we're always like shaking hands and high-fiving each other and being like really like laughing. Like when we do our drills, everyone's laughing and having fun, which is great. But then like I watched, this guy when he was going into his fight and he was meeting up with his opponent and he was doing the same thing, like laughing, being really nice. And he's like, the guy was kind of like playing on it. And then when they were ready to go, the dude went into killer mode and he just fucking destroyed the guy from our gym. And the guy from our gym didn't really see it coming because he was in the headspace of like fun sparring, being silly. And he's like, what did Mike Tyson say when you went into the ring to fight? He's like, I'm gonna tear your fucking head off. He's like, we gotta cultivate that a little bit more around here.
That's interesting. Uh, I don't
Well, it
know.
probably
I feel
wouldn't
like
happen
that's just
again after
yeah.
that
I just
fight.
think it's like a personal decision. Like you can still be like when you go to a Muay Thai gym. Like in a sense, these people they're your teammates. And you trust them not to like hurt you in sparring, but you have to
Definitely.
understand that sparring is not the same as fighting. Like you
I think
can't pull your punches and so you have to know that when you go into a ring you have to be able to like I feel like that guy just didn't mentally prepare himself.
he
I don't think
didn't,
I would
but
blame the gym. Yeah.
no, I think that's what the coach was trying to like to impart that to the students there was like if we're gonna keep going out and like doing fights, we need like the people who go do the fights need to learn how to become more serious because at
Mm,
no point during our training does this feel like it doesn't feel like we're preparing for what it is, which is combat. It feels like they're just
right.
running drills and having fun. Like nobody at the gym is like, all right, like we're going to get ready for a fight now. So let's like think about this like a
Yeah,
fight,
I'm sure there's a good balance that just maybe
like
wasn't there.
laughing and tapping pads and being like, everybody's just having like way too much fun, which is good to have fun. But, it's like, it's just, the intention behind Muay Thai is like self-defense.
It's funny because yeah, like doing karate growing up, it was always never fight unless you absolutely have to. Always do your best to walk away or calm the situation down. But when you're there and yeah, you're sparring and you're taking it easy. But as a kid, I'm like, man, if I ever get in a real fight, I'm gonna fuck this guy up,
Yeah. You know, whip that shit out and go crazy.
I actually just have never I was never in that many fights, which is good.
Yeah.
I tried to cause a fight once when I was really I told you this story. I don't want to say
I
it
think I
again.
remember that. Is that the the beer
Yeah,
pong
yeah.
story?
But that started with me
Provoking.
drinking. Yeah. Yeah, yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, on one hand, and I'm the same with you, I've not been in. I've just been in verbal altercations. I think I've been like rustled to the ground before, but I've never been like outright punched in the face. Nobody's punched me in the face as hard as they can. I feel like on one hand it's a good thing, and on the other hand, I would have liked to have that experience under my belt just to know like
Yeah, I've only
what it's
been
like.
really hit in the face with with gloves.
Yeah,
But there was actually it was it's like the funniest thing. There was a very common bully for us in high school.
I know what you're talking
Uh,
about.
yeah, and it was just me and him. Like it was like during a basketball game, and we were in middle school, so it was like high school basketball. And like at halftime, you get to go shoot the ball. I would always go down there and just be shooting hoops. And then at the end, like this person had taken my ball. Is my personal ball. And so he was in the hallways just like bouncing it off the walls. I'm like, okay, well, I gotta go, so let me have it.
He's just
And
fucking
then
with you, yeah.
yeah, and so I just like as he bounced off the wall, I just intercepted it and he put me in a headlock. And
Ooh.
I immediately took him down like so fast, and nobody was there to see me take down the bully.
I did that to
But
yeah, we were young, but he was still huge. And I
yeah,
just remember thinking it was gonna be like more than it was, and I was like kick, punch, and then I grabbed him and threw him down, and it was like over so fast. He's like, "Rrrr!" Like laying on the ground crying. Well, I was like,
funny.
holy shit, what? That was easy.
Well, one time with that same bully, this was after no, was it? Yeah, this was I don't know if this was after or before this incident, but he like walked by me one time and just in the back of the head. And so I was like, all
Why are
right,
you
man,
messing
well,
with
I
you
bet
so
you
much?
I can beat you at Polish arm wrestling. And he's like, what? No, you can't. I was like, okay, well, do you know the rules? And he's like, no, I don't know the rules. Do you know what this is?
No, what is it?
So one person's like this
Oh, it's
and one
punch him in the
person's like
face.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I was like, did that and he punched himself in the face right in the middle of science class.
Oh my gosh, you got him, man. How'd you get him to do that? What a dummy.
He's a retard.
You got him to punch himself in the face. And then what happened? Was he just like, oh?
Yeah, exactly. I think he kind of was like, oh, you got me sort of thing. It's not like
Oh,
I
fuck
punched
you.
him, you know? Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And you know, like our teacher was in there. But
That's pretty
some
good.
teachers were cool because they're like, I know this guy's a little shithead and maybe he can.
I'll allow it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'll allow it.
Yeah.
One time after, or it was lunch and somebody, this guy I can't stand, he was walking around like calling my sister like a whore. And he's like a pervert who like wanted to sleep with her,
Why
and she's
is
like
high
much
school
younger,
so
right?
bad?
Yeah, and so I like find him in the lunchroom and I confront him and I start like yelling in his face, and then Mr. Clark, our principal, comes up behind me and grabs me. He turns me around, he goes, after school.
No way, really?
Yeah. Dude, Mr. Clark was awesome.
What a
yeah.
boss. That's funny.
Yeah. In which nothing happened.
That's hilarious. Dude,
Good stuff.
I remember I thought I was tough. I was like 12, and I was hanging out with a bunch of 16-year-olds. I think I may have told you this already. And I was like, they were all, older, but I hung out with this one 16-year-old so much. I thought we were like, I kind of got the impression we were the same size and strength because we just hung out so often. And he was trying to talk to a girl or something. He was getting kind of like, yeah, fuck off, little fucker, or something. And I was like, well, you called me little fucker, bitch. Like I was giving him shit back because we had always hung out like all the time. But he was like, he's playing the big man now. Suddenly, he didn't want to be friends with the 12-year-old anymore. I was like, what you talking about, bitch? And he was like, I'm gonna fuck you up if you don't go away. And I was like, you ain't gonna do shit, motherfucker. Like I was like going back at him, and he came up and he threw me on the ground. I don't remember exactly how it was initiated, but I do remember he got me on the ground and my legs over my head like this, like my legs were folded up here, and and there was nothing I could do. Like my head was locked between my legs, and I was squirming. I was like, "Let me go, you motherfucker! Fuck you!" And I was like, fucking mad, and he was just laughing, and the girl behind him was watching and laughing, and I think I almost started crying. I was like, "Fuck you!" Started turning into tears, and he let me go, and I was like ran away.
That's hilarious.
And then the next day
this
we
was
hung
in
out
our
again.
school then.
This was at a house party, actually, like an adult house party, and then the kids were
It's
chilling
funny.
outside.
It's like, didn't you tell the story about like the Howard Johnson with all the black guys, and then they got
I
all
told that
pissed at
story.
you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think maybe my problem was I didn't get beat up in high school. It emboldened me to the point where I almost got shot, and then I was like, I need to rethink this mouth of mine because.
Well, it's funny because like the bullies that were even in our school were not like that bad of bullies. They're just like little shitheads.
Yeah. We
Like
didn't
there really
have,
wasn't a lot
thugs.
of fights in our school. There was one fight, where Nick punched Matt. Like we talked
And
about
there was
that.
actually
I think.
another fight too, where another guy, a guy had sex with another guy's girlfriend, and then the guy whose girlfriend it was came to school and found him in the hallway and systematically like destroyed him in like 2 seconds. He hit him with a
I
punch,
don't know who this
bam,
was.
and it split his lip wide open. Stop! And he's going in for the next one. And then the guy who he's beating up, the sister came up and grabbed them both, took them both to the principal, and then it was over. But he had to get like stitches and shit because he put his tooth through his lips.
Why do I remember the potential aftermath of that, but not who it was? Was I?
His name
Damn, I don't know.
was. It was. I don't. What was the other guy's name?
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Which, by the way, everyone was messing with that girl, just so you know. I mean,
funny.
not messing like a lot, but like I remember she showed us her boobies on the bus. And I remember I went to a house one time and she was upstairs with a bunch of dudes smoking weed. And one of the dudes was like coloring on her boobs. And I just was like, there was so many guys who could have got their teeth put through their lips, me among them. And I was just like,
funny. That's hilarious.
Like that, we're gonna stay away from her because he's not fucking around.
Those two guys could be really cool to you, or they could be really douchey to you.
Yeah, I've seen them both recently, and they're both doing pretty decent.
That's good.
Yeah.
Shocking.
Well,
sometimes.
Any more strength and control?
Well, I mean, we had to take a break because I didn't have the strength to control my bladder there for a minute.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I wish I had the strength to control how many views our podcast would get. I wish I could, through sheer force of will, make this have like 100,000 views. That's why I'm getting fired up. That's why my cheeks are red, because I'm trying to like draw in the energy from the ether and just like
well,
do
if
like
we want to decide,
Shia LaBeouf. Just do it. Just do it.
Well, if we find the one that we the one that we think would perform the best, we can throw a couple bucks at it. Just boost the reel.
I like how if you clench your body really tight, it feels like you're doing something. It's like something's gonna happen, like some chi shit.
Well, here's like
bend the matrix around me.
Or when I don't know if you did this as a kid, but you're like, I watched so much Dragon Ball Z, I was like, I swear I can go Super Saiyan.
Try to shoot shit out of your head.
You're like, I could do this if I just I only use 10% of my brain or whatever it is.
You ever try to put a piece of paper on the table and fucking Nothing happens.
And there I am now in my 30s, where one time I yelled so loud out of anger in my truck that I had a muscle spasm between my balls and my butthole.
Shit your pants. Oh. When you were little, did you watch The Matrix and then try to run up the walls?
I tried to run up trees.
All the way up a tree?
But no, like to run up and try and do a backflip, or like just run up and see how high you could get, you know?
Oh no, I was like, well, I thought, because in The Matrix you could run on the wall, and then if you could stay up there longer than what you're supposed to. Like, but if
I mean, I can get 3 or 4 steps, but are you talking about like when they go off the side and then go, oh,
and the
sympathy.
whole world turn, and you're like,
Oh,
you're
yeah.
running on the wall. You could like run there for like 5 steps instead of 3, and then it'd be like really cool. Or like jump, kick off a wall, or like actually, the guy that beat up the other guy,
yeah.
one time he would run up the wall and do a backflip off of it, and he
Oh, yeah.
and he did that, and then some other guy was like, Emma is a stoner dude. He's like, I can do that. Can I try that? Can you show me how to do that? And he was like, yeah, just fucking run up
Just
and then
do
kick
it.
out really hard and fucking flip. It was like everybody was trying to do shit like that, like defy gravity. And so the dude was like, but he's like stoner. He's like, yeah, all right, I'll try that. He had like a ponytail, and he ran up, and there was a mat to catch them when in case
Oh
they
yeah,
fell.
that's good at least.
He ran up the wall and he kicked off the wall and he completely overshot the mat. And then he landed right on his head in front of our PE teacher. And he was like, oh shit, hold on. And the dude stood up and he's like, I'm good. And they're like, no, you landed right on your head. And apparently he lost his sense of taste from that.
No way.
Forever he can't taste anything now.
Oh, I know who that is.
Yeah. I'm glad I never
that's
did
funny.
anything quite that stupid. One foolish Matrix move, and then you can't enjoy a delicious dinner for the rest of your life.
Funny. Joe can tell
Yeah.
you, I used to do the splits, because I do the splits all the way. I could, not anymore, but I'd do it up the refrigerator, like literally vertically up. And then also I'd go to like a windowsill that had a window and a window, or I'm sorry, a corner that had a window and window, put one leg up on one windowsill, one on the other, and just
Doing the
freaking
Jean-Claude
Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah. Trying to be cool like Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Dude, that's where I got all that from.
It's funny how the splits can be cool, even though it's kind of a gay move.
I wish I could still do it.
Dude,
I'm not even close. Like I'll get like here and I'll be like, oh my God, I'm tearing apart.
I remember one time a friend's little brother was like, I can do the splits. We're like, do it. And so he's like, gets in the middle of the carpet and starts walking out into the splits. And he got about to where his nuts were about like, say, a foot from the ground. And he's like, just takes me a little, and he's getting down. And then the older brother friend went up behind him and grabbed his shoulders real quick and went, boop. And his nuts went squashed on the ground and he popped right back up. Ah!
That's amazingly sad.
It was good shit, man. We used to make that kid. We used to have rubber band gun fights, and we used to make that kid where they had in their house. They had one of those like rice paper Chinese hats or Vietnamese.
Oh yeah.
So you used to play a little Vietnamese soldier with the rice paper hat, and he'd hide from us, and we'd be like fucking storming him, and like shooting him full of rubber bands. Back in the day, yeah. Anyways,
That's hilarious.
All right.
All right, dude.
Good episode.
Well, until the next one. Hopefully we got
Until the
some
next
good
one.
stuff out of this one.
We'll see what they pick for our magic clips. Probably
Yeah,
hot
it's never
garbage.
good. The ones you do on Substack are way better.
Yeah. All right, man. Take care.
All right, I'll talk to you later.